Hello, welcome to today's video and welcome back to the channel. This is first video back of 2024. In fact, I've taken some time away just to work out what I want to do with the channel, work out what product I might want to get, and a few health things as well. It's obviously been quite a while since I've done one because I've already recorded this whole thing once and got no sound. So we're going for the second time. Fingers crossed everything is okay. But today what we're going to talk about is the 300mm. I've owned this now for just over 2 years. 2 years since I got this lens. So we're going to talk about how well it works with mirrorless, how well it works with DSLRs, would I recommend it, what's it like with video. We're going to look at the pricing of them currently online, and we're also going to look through some of the images I've taken both on the R6 and on the 1DX Mark II, so you can kind of see how they work and what the images you can kind of get from it is. But overall it's going to be a video about this lens and would I recommend it still in 2024. This lens came out in like 1999, so over 25 years old this year, and still going strong for me, still works in my opinion as good as the day it was made. So let's have a look at those images and everything now, and then we'll talk about my review of this lens and would I recommend it still in 2024. So let's head into there now. So let's have a look at how much these sort of lenses are already going for at the moment. I'm on MPB here, which is where I tend to get most of my camera kit at the moment. They only have one in stock, annoyingly, which is in excellent condition, but still only $16.99, which is actually a very good price for an excellent condition. Mine, as I say, was well used. I paid $13.49 for mine when I bought mine 2 years ago. So for this, I've seen the well-used ones like mine down to about $12.99 now, so they haven't moved a lot. But if you buy an excellent one, you're getting like guaranteed nice glass, you're getting no real marks, jutters. One thing to look out for to make sure you get with this is the case. That's very important to get. Lens hood and the drop-in filter and holder. They're the main things you want to make sure you get. Lens hood as well is really good to get. These are £300 to replace now. If you get a Canon approved one, there are a few aftermarket options that you can buy which are a bit cheaper, but just gotta make sure everything's with it when you buy it. Even the well used ones, the case is really useful because it's a proper hard flight case, so it's really nice if you just want to put it away and make sure it's looked after without getting damaged. With the lens cap and lens hood, you can get replacements, but they're just frustrating to try and get hold of. And the lens filter, I've seen a few of these where they haven't come with them, they've been marked as like used, and you're just like, well, the amount of dust and stuff that's going to go in through that big hole that's left open is huge, so make sure you get it here. And the main reason I buy from MPB is just you get the 6 months warranty, so if anything goes wrong with it, it's not an advert for me, I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that, but anything goes wrong, and I have had things go wrong in the first month or so, they have just replaced them. Like when I bought one of the retro Canon 1Ds, the battery died pretty quickly in one of them, and they just sent me out a new battery, which is amazing, and it's worked ever since. So service and everything's really good. Just make sure they list everything here and make sure the images are what they actually show. MPB again take photos of the actual item. Some places will just put a stock image in its place, so definitely worth making sure you check that as well. So let's move on from here. Let's look at some of the images we can get from the lens. Okay, so the first set of images we're looking at here were taken using the R6 Mark I. Got a hyena here with a backdrop, and as you can see, the eye is nicely focused using eye tracking to get it where it needs to be. It's a little bit of harsh light, but overall image is nice and sharp where you want it to be, so the eyes are sharp. Slight blurring on the nose, ears are in focus, so yeah, but background's nice. A nice overall sharp image using the eye tracking on the R6. Now this next image here I've added just to show the versatility of the 300mm. This is again with the R6, but for a poison dart frog. Even though being an old lens, its minimum focus is 2.5 meters, you can still get a very nice sharp image of smaller things. These are very small creatures and it's nice and sharp. It's again 2.8 because it's quite dark in there, but overall good quality image just from using it as a portable, very large macro at 2.5 meter focal point. Now the next two images we're going to look at here are on the 1DX Mark II, and this just shows how good the 1DX Mark II is, because this Jaguar here is actually running towards me at quite a pace, but it's frozen it really nicely. It focuses on the eyes, tongue out, really nicely sharp and impactful image, which I don't know if you get with the R6s because of how much slower the tracking is with the older lenses, but really good image here on the DSLR. And the final image here is of Puma, and I've added this in here because this Puma is lovely posing and had beautiful eyes. So on the DSLR again, it's the 1DX Mark II, focused in on the eyes and super sharp, loads of detail in the eyes, around the face, nose is slightly out of focus, background isn't out of focus behind the ears, and a really nice portrait image here of the Puma. Now, so those are the images and everything from this lens, and as I've said in that those images there, my main usage of the camera is with the lenses of two different cameras. Now the main go-to with this lens, and I'll explain why in a second, is my 1DX Mark II. This is the workhorse. I did obviously a video before the end of the year saying I was moving full-time to mirrorless. There are some caveats to that, where there's certain equipment I have which in my opinion works a lot better on a DSLR. Now my mirrorless camera that I go to and I use mainly is the R6 Mark I. So this is my go-to mirrorless camera, which I have, as you've seen, used with the 300mm as well. But the issues I find is the focusing speed with the R6 on this lens is nowhere near as fast as the DSLR, the 1DX Mark II. So this is why this has become my go-to camera. If I want to use that lens, I'll always pick up this camera first now. Now it is maybe because it's got the bigger battery, being a 1D product, but the focus speed is noticeably quicker. Especially for tracking something coming towards you at speed, this kind of can't really keep up. Especially with eye tracking, you just can't move that older heavy glass quite as quickly. Now it wasn't as bad on the R7, which I've done a video of, which I'll link down below, using this lens. The focusing speed was a lot better on the R7 than it is on the R6. Now I don't know if that's because it's cropped compared to full frame, I'm not sure, but it definitely did work better. Doesn't mean you can't get, as you've seen, a good image out of the R6 with this, but you just got to be very, very aware that the focus speed isn't as good. There's some people I know who've bought this lens and are using it for video, and it's just not designed for that either. So if you're looking for a mirrorless lens which is pretty quick and you want to do video on it as well, I'd go with 7200 RF all day long, F2.8 over this lens here. Obviously it's a bit more money, but at least you're going to get the quick focusing, you're going to get good quality images, good quality video. It's just not quick enough on a mirrorless camera, in my opinion, from what I've done. Now there's a lot of people I've seen who've got the Mark II and don't have any image issues, video issues with mirrorless on the Mark II. I've not used a Mark II, so I can't review against that. It's something I do want to get maybe in the future, but they're a lot more money, and there's lenses like the 400mm. I'd love to get a 400mm 2.8, or even the 200 f2. I'd love to get one of those as well. So the other lenses that are kind of prioritizing over at the moment to sort of test against, but eventually, yeah, sure, I'll get a Mark II and I can review it against the Mark I. But for me, mirrorless is off the table with this lens. But if you've got a DSLR, not even a 1D, say a 7D, a 7D Mark II, anything like that, is going to work absolutely fine with that lens. The focus is going to be nice and sharp, quick, responsive. The image quality you're going to get is going to be super sharp, pin sharp. Where you put that AF point, you're going to get a decent photo. So if you've got a DSLR and you don't want to do video, 100% get this lens all day long. It's going to be worth it, you're going to love it, you're never going to regret it. That's why I've still got it and why I still keep it in my collection, because I've got the 200 to 400 now, f4 with the inbuilt converter, which works absolutely great on the mirrorless. I've got a 500mm, I've got 7200, I've got all those other lenses, but I still keep this lens in here even though it's so old, because it works so well when paired to a 1DX. And I'd love to get a 1DX Mark III and use it with this, because I reckon the image quality, the speed will be even more. You get faster FPS, and the image quality will be spectacular with that combination. So that's my overall thoughts on it. If you've got a DSLR, 100% worth it in 2024. Get one of these now if you haven't got one. If you're using mirrorless, either save up and get the Mark II, or if you want to do a lot of video, I would personally get the 7200 and use that instead. So this is the video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you've got this lens and you use it on mirrorless or DSLR, and let me know your thoughts on how you find that. Also, if you've got a Mark II, let me know your thoughts on how you find that as well. Do you not find any issues with using a mirrorless with the Mark II? Because that's the most important thing now, as everyone's moving to mirrorless. Can these lenses cross over into that mirrorless world? I don't think this one quite can. It can take good photos still, it's not there, but you let me know in the comments what you find and how you get on with those sort of situations and everything like that. And I will catch you in the next video. Not sure what it's going to be yet. Potentially going to be a retro review with the 1DS Mark I, potentially even with this lens, and just show you what the image quality is on that very first generation full frame 1D. So if you like that sort of content, you like this content, drop a subscribe, and I will catch you hopefully next week in the next one. See you again soon. Goodbye.